Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Reiner, your host of the Independent Doctors of Pahrump, a TV show that airs Monday night on Channel 46. I want to remind you that I am a practicing physician in Pahrump, and I'm an independent practitioner, which means I am not bought by any insurance company or corporate medicine. We provide the highest level of care. We have nurse practitioners. We have other physicians, specialists who come to our office. Please come visit me. I'm at 1316 East Calvada here in the heart of Pahrump. Thank you. Hey, we're back. A little longer break because I had to take a break. So
yeah.
Anyway, so Chuck, I don't know if Chuck is still there if he was answering this question, but anyway, go down. You know, we'll get those records and we'll go over it. And also, cholesterol's obviously changed with time too. I never really want to check people's cholesterol this time of the year.
Yeah, because it's cold. The blood's a little thicker.
People eat more comfort foods But sugar is the culprit, guys. I will tell you, and ladies,
absolutely,
sugar is the problem. After Reagan had a heart attack,
and it's not just table sugar. I mean, people. These complex carbohydrates are all sugar.
Right, and I tell people to look at the we have a low carbohydrate, but stay away from root vegetables, your potatoes, your yams, your beets. Things that are below the ground because they have amylose, and amylose is just compacted.
Straight sugar.
Yeah,
Straight sugar.
Yeah. A carrot, for say. I mean, why do horses love them? I mean, they taste a little sweet to you and I, but they're nothing but sugar. They are nothing but sugar. And so people, I watch these people in the office all the time. They get these baby carrots, and what do? They take a baby carrot and they dip it in ranch dressing. You might as well just have a T-bone steak because it's really about the same thing. It's much fat and all the sugar, you know. And
with a Diet Coke.
Yeah. That's great, you know. I'll have a Big Mac, French fries, and a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
Right.
Supersize the fries.
Yeah, and a Diet Coke. So I gave up Diet Coke.
I quit drinking. I used to drink a lot of it. I just quit.
And if I'm going to have a soda, I go ahead and have a Coke. Yeah. And I have the Mexican Coke because it's pure cane sugar. And I look for pure cane sugar drinks because they actually are the best. They're the best for you, rather than the high fructose corn syrup. I do believe that is it tricks your mind.
Yeah, it does.
It really does. I think it tricks your sugar requirements. So I think we have Ray back on the phone.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, how come you left us hanging with this Reagan story? Started talking about Reagan and about his heart attack or whatever, his sugar, you know, and you just left us hanging. That's my first question. The second one is, what's with this Hep C, Hep B, and Hep D? I hear people saying now, oh, there's a cure for Hep C. I don't even know what it is. Is it a sexually transmitted product? Can you get
Bloodborne.
Have an intercourse, or is it something with the needles, or can somebody sneeze on you? So if you could explain that, I'd appreciate it, and I'll open the lineup. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rick.
Well, okay, so the first part of your question was with Reagan. When Reagan had a heart attack, he was in office, and there was a big deal, and that started the big cholesterol issue after that. And so for a long time, people were that focused on cholesterol, lowering cholesterol, fighting heart disease. It became a big deal.
They got away from eating any fats, though. And what people don't realize is some of your fats are so necessary, especially because they interfere with you've been talking about inflammation all night.
Right.
And your omega-3s for fighting inflammation. And it's inflammation that starts all the disease processes.
Right. You do need a certain amount, and remember, you have to have the essential fatty acids. And there are some essential fatty acids that are essential because we don't make them. Mm-hmm. And if you don't get them in your diet, the omega-3s, the omega-6s, and whatever, if you don't get those, then, but you don't have to get them in in fats, they have certain foods like eggs are rich in omega-3s, and you have to have these fatty acids to make to make certain phospholipids and things of that in your body and your skin. If you don't have them, your skin breaks down, your immune system breaks down.
Well, and how important is the phospholipids for the nervous system?
Very important. You can't transmit nerves, impulses, those systems break down, the cells break down, tissues break down. So you have to have that. But there are bad fats, right? There are the saturated fats. Okay?
Yeah, the saturated fats are horrible.
And what they mean by saturated fats is they have double bonds in them. Okay, so the carbons have double bonds, so they're actually broken down easier, and then they cause cholesterol, because the cholesterol molecule is basically a 6-ring carbon, and it has a bunch of other stuff on it. So the point being is that you have to have fat to make cholesterol. Your cholesterol can actually be too low in a starvation state, but you need to have it. So if I told you I wanted your cholesterol to be around 150, 160, that's perfect. Your HDL, your good cholesterol, should be about 45, and it should be 45 for males, 60 for females, and your LDL, your bad cholesterol, low-density lipoprotein, should be 100 if you're trying to help prevent heart disease. If you're diagnosed with heart disease, it's 70 or less. Okay, so those are the targets for that, and there's some other manipulations.
What about your triglycerides?
Triglycerides are an independent risk factor, but for the most part, there are some people that have genetic lipidemia. So if you have like a type 4, you have elevated cholesterol and triglycerides. I say triglycerides by themselves are people that are eating ice cream at night and certain fatty acids. But if you have elevated cholesterol with triglycerides, you got a factory and you got a problem, okay? I like to keep triglycerides around 150, but they will be the most elevated after you eat, not cholesterol. Cholesterol is a 24-hour phenomenon, so if you have a steak and a really fatty steak, then you can bet your cholesterol is going to be elevated 24 hours later. If you eat non-fasting, your triglycerides are going to be elevated. And Ray was also asking about you went to the heart attack and then Hep C, Hep B, So hepatitis C and B are blood-borne pathogens. They are only transmitted in bodily fluids, so you can get them through intercourse, you can get them through sharing needles, you can get them through, it's not a real fastidious virus, meaning it doesn't live well on the outside, but it is basically body fluid transmitted. So and hepatitis D or Delta is really one that really don't know anything about yet. The cure for hepatitis C is born out of the HIV research that they've done in retroviral technology. Yeah. And so what they've done is hepatitis C is a stealth virus. I mean, it can live in your body in a chronic, active, chronic, persistent state, and it can actually just keep replicating and cause liver cancer and death and cirrhosis. So that's a very complex subject, Ray, and if you bring it up next time I'm live on the show, which will probably be after the holidays, we can talk about it again. But we got to go.
Hey, Merry Christmas, Pahrump.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
We'll see you.
Isn't it great?
Yeah, we'll see you.